What's up, model building fans? Hey, it's Brian, and we're doing an update on our buddy build with Mr. Papa Dan, or Hobby Time with Papa Dan. Either are correct. We still know him as Papa Dan no matter what. But we're doing the Monogram 112 scale 1957 Chevy, and these squares that we see here, those are 1-inch squares. So that's many 1-inch squares. It's a huge chassis. We did a lot of painting and priming and stuff several weeks ago when we first started this, and we finally just got to the point where we were like, you know what, we just need to add some color to some stuff and we can start doing some assembly. So that's what we did with our engine and transmission. I decided to go with the Muncie Rock Crusher style transmission. I really like that. I think it's got a lot more fun detail on it than the original one, and it's a 4-speed, so we're going to be doing a 4 on the floor with this guy. We did the headers, or actually I should say manifolds, are actually done in Tamiya. That is their, let me think of all the words and put them in right order here. It is their, red oxide primer. And that does have a little bit of a sheen to it. So we go back over the top of that with the brown panel liner, which has a nice flat tone to it. So that looks really cool. And yes, I know that that's actually supposed to be an oil filter sleeve that goes over a filter element, but I always like painting my oil filters orange, just for brand loyalty, I guess is the best way to say that. We're going to focus on that. Okay, there we go. And then I got a water pump installed, and then we did some panel lining around on here to darken up some of the shadow areas and stuff. And I think we're a little heavy-handed on that, so we need to go back and tone that down just a little bit. Got our starter on, our fuel pump, and we're tinkering with the idea of actually doing fuel lines on this big guy. I've never done fuel lines on anything before, so this should be a learning experience. I don't know if I want to ruin this kit by practicing on that, but I don't know. I haven't fully made up my mind yet, but it would take the detail to the next level, and and because it's a large scale kit, it could use the help of the detail. We do have, the kit does come with wiring for the kit, and Papa Dan let us know that if you follow the wiring diagram in there, in the instructions, that we do end up with a couple of pieces that are too short. So I will be trying to match the wiring diameter and then just buying some different wire. I wanted something with a different color anyway. The black just kind of, I know it's something that would be original to the vehicle, but I don't know, black wiring, so boring, it's very passe. So that's what we got going on there. We've made a huge change. I was discussing it with Mrs. BG last night, and we were like, you know what, this is a beautiful color, but it's just a little dark. And I had been tinkering around with colors for the interior, and I painted the dash this color here, which is technically called metallic brown. I like that so much better. I really like how much better that looks. It's much lighter. This is more like what I was envisioning when I was thinking about the kit in the first place. So we're going to go with this metallic brown color. But there's an issue with metallic brown. Metallic brown is actually a Tamiya jar paint. So guess what? We're going to be airbrushing this bad boy. That's going to be fun. But interior wise, I need to do one more layer of racing white over everything, and then I'll be very, very happy with how the color is. But the seat inserts here and back here, those will be this metallic brown color, along with the top of the doors and this swipe down here. We have felt on order, so we can do some carpeting down here, because that's going to look really cool. And then I'm not quite sure how we're going to handle the package shelf. I think the felt that we have in order will be too thick for that, and I don't have any flock that will actually match that, so I might end up painting it this color again, but doing a flat coat on top of that rather than I don't know, a gloss coat, I guess. But yeah, so that's pretty much the basic idea for the interior there. We just have to actually do it. Let's see, what did I want to show you? Oh, here's our bin of bits. And then we've done a little bit of rusting up of the nuts and bolts that go on our leaf spring shackles. That looks pretty good. Oh, yes, this is what I wanted to show you. So this guy here, this is, some sort of version of plastic that's supposed to be underneath the hood of the car with a motor mounted to it for the blower and all that jazz. And I came across at our local hobby store, which has been out on the market for forever, the panel liner, the gray one from Tamiya. So that's what I hit this guy with, and I like how that helps the black weather a little bit and bring out some of the detail on the black. So I'm going to keep up with this. I just need to learn how much I need to put on there and how much we need to take back off again. So this is literally the first thing I've ever weathered with that stuff. I did do a wheel back. If you're going to practice on something, do it on something that's not going to show, right? So here is a standard wheel back, just with black paint. And then here's the one that I did a little bit of weathering on with the gray and then a little bit of the brown to give it just a little bit of a rust look, a little bit of a dirty rust look. I really like that. I really like how that looks. There we go. So that's going to be the thing for this car here, is just light weathering, because we want this one to be a driver and not a trailer clean. In that philosophy, we also did the crossover pipe that comes off the manifolds, and this one was originally painted in Tamiya. It was the same color that we used on the headers, the manifolds. God, what do I keep calling it? The Tamiya red oxide paint, and then we went over that with just a light coating of light gunmetal. I mean, we just held it out probably at arm's length, and then hit it with the spray can, and then just dusted the metal on there, and then the gunmetal on there, and then went over the whole thing with more of the brown panel liner and just swabbed it on there, and didn't wipe it off, just left it on there to dry, and it gives us this beautiful looking weathered metal look, and I really like how that looks. Did a little bit of a swab around the radiator. There we go. And then around the radiator cap where it's going to go, and then where the hose, down where the hoses would attach and stuff, just some streaking there, just the typical type of stuff we would see. And then here's a drain plug. We did some streaking off the drain plug. So we're going to probably weather this up a little bit, maybe just hit it in a couple places with some bronze. And then what I like to do over the top of the bronze is use olive drab green. Okay, and then just do a very, very thin layer of olive drab green over the bronze, and that gives us that bad penny copper patina type of look. All right, boys and girls, that's going to be it for this one. I got to do another video for our big rig group build entry, because we're going to be starting that possibly today or tomorrow. We've still got some more sanding to do on the body. I got a panel line there I got to take care of, or a mold line, I should say, a mold line there to take care of. But in the grand scheme of things, we've made more progress in one day than we've done in the last month and a half. So, so there we have it. All right, guys, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Take it easy. Bye now.